Well, I know we all need to be setting back today, taking a deep breath. And even when you listen to this show, probably still time to sit back and take a deep breath. You gotta relax your soul. You gotta relax your being. Or worried, or anxious. You gotta sit back and take a deep breath.
Ladies, get up off your seats. Come on and dance with me. Gentlemen, get on your feet. Come on and dance with me.
January 20th. Greetings and love and kindness, family. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, the one and only Conscious Self Healthcare educator and host of the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation radio show. Every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Community, this is your time to share your wellness stories and how you move from disease care to conscious self-health care. I want to hear your story. We want to hear from you. Join the conversation each Wednesday. Call in and share how you shift out of chronic disease care stress. Right here on innerlightradio.com, the healing frequency. This is Dr. K, and I am looking forward to our conversation. So call in and share. Health is consciousness and healing is a function of consciousness. Come on, family. It's time to rock the world with the new frontier of conscious self-health care, while I share my wellness story with you right here on innerlightradio.com, the healing frequency. Taking that deep breath, tuning into yourself as you see what's playing out in the United States of America. What your thoughts on right now? It doesn't matter about the day. It'll be going for a while. What you think about it? Time you get this show. You get this work. Who you give the power to?
If you're free and you like what you see, dance with me.
Taking that deep breath. Understanding what's going on and what your responsibility is to yourself, your family, your inner circle, your community. You got to set back, family. 1/6/2021. Welcome to the new year of the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation radio show. I'm your host, Reverend Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, asking you to sit back and take a deep, deep breath with me right now with what's being playing out in my hometown of Washington, D.C. that's being displayed around the world. But I'm here to tell you, you got to yield your future to no one, nor your states of consciousness to anybody and what's going on. You got to do the things that's best for yourself. I got to take a deep breath. I'm sitting back, relaxing. I have to be. I got a brother that's working up on Capitol Hill. That's a Capitol Hill police. And I'm sending all my energy out there to him and his colleagues, that everything stay peaceful and balanced for them. Self-love. I read somewhere today, it heals the deepest wounds. Will these individuals heal their deepest wounds? What's on right now, at this time? A little thrown out of balance. You gotta sit back and relax. Taking those deep breaths. And knowing what time it is in the United States. And what time it is for each individual. And And how can we move beyond this man-made mindset of reality, of understanding? How do we tune into ourselves? How do we keep moving forward the way that we want to move forward in our life? How do we create the things we want to create with so much going on in the world that makes you turn away from the truth that you know about things? Got to think about it. Post-traumatic growth refers to positive psychological change experienced as a result of adversity and other challenges to rise to a higher level of functioning. Overcoming trauma can lead to radical growth. Imagining a pathway that leads from trauma to increased personal strength, self-confidence, self-care, self-love, with self-determination. There is a straight path. There is a straight path, community. There is a straight path. It starts at the heart of things. Oh, just taking a deep, deep breath right now. It doesn't need a thought. It makes the right choices at the start. I like to say my mother, Shirley Hardy, was a master teacher to her children, to her friends, and all this she knew. She taught you to trust, love, and honor yourself if no one else did. And this is a time, community, that you must trust that inner wealth. You must trust and love yourself, and you must honor yourself, not based on a man-made mindset of understanding. To heal from the heart and keep a loving mind. Oh, it looked like a lot of chaos is going on here in the United States, around the world, and everybody's talking. To heal from the heart and keep a loving mind is what you have to do. You're at a choice point. I'm at a choice point. We all are at a choice point in our reality. So I urge you to choose self-love. Choose self-love, self-care, self-respect, self-knowledge. Hold on to that truth. Choose this over a man-made mindset of human consciousness and understanding. I've been doing that, and I'm doing it more this year. Life is still beautiful and wonderful. It is never, ever mean, cruel, or unkind. It is always loving and good. And we love with a free heart and an open heart. And we let the universe lead our life because we are truly one. So never give your power to people, places, or things. You got to sit back and you got to take that deep, 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 deep breath. So I'm happy to be with you. January 6, 2020. Welcome to the new frontier in making conscious self-healthcare moves. Oh yeah, right now. Mental observation view is essential for self-success. Once again, I'm Reverend Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, and I'm host of the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation Radio Show. And I want to thank you for coming aboard the Friendship Train. If you're live with me today, or if you tune into my YouTube channel or anywhere I post, or anybody else who posts any of my shows, I want to welcome you aboard this Friendship Train. You know it's a Harriet Tubman's ride. You need that kind of mentality of Harriet Tubman right now. But what our focus is shifting out of chronic disease, care, stress. And that comes in many forms, touches many aspects of our lives. And we have to pay attention to what we're giving the power to. And how do you do that? You become your own wellness doctor. You depend on yourself. And if you have never, ever done that in life before for your wellness, mental, physical, emotionally, spiritually, it is the time now to love and honor who you are as that divine energetic being. So today we're going to listen to some music. As always, I'm loving that. We're going to listen to a talk that's going to help us definitely tonight when we go to sleep, and how we should go to sleep every night for the things we want in life. What you must do before you go to sleep to manifest the good that you desire. I don't think nobody can tell you like Reverend I tell you. And he's going to be sharing that information with you. He's going to tell you that Thinkonomics is a way of thinking that gives you the opportunity to learn the truth about yourself. And there's that time for greater self-love, to know what's really in your heart. That's not being placed there by someone else, but it's truly being placed there by you. And then we're going to listen to my favorite song, War. But it's not that kind of war like the war that's going on right now. That war stands for with ascension you rise. You got to rise higher. You got to not let anybody pull you down into weakness, into despair, to hopelessness. You got to know that you are the creator of your life, of your world, and the things that you are doing. So you don't want to give your power to no one, people, places, or things. And because this is all about love, love is all there is, the laws of vibrational energy, being tuned into yourself and understanding. One of my favorite songs is by the Milton Skuggs Trio, tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King. That song, Love, because I choose love, and you have to choose it now. So we're going to listen to those songs. We're going to listen to that clip from Reverend Ike, and I'm just going to be sharing in and out with you. And as I always do at the first of the year, this is my disclaimer for anything that I might say right here that somebody may want to interpret me as being a doctor and telling you what to do. I'm telling you to become your own wellness doctor. This information is for educational purposes only. It should be fully understood that no information or interpretation of any part of this information is to be used for diagnosis or treatment of diseases. The purpose of this information is to teach the cause of disease and what man must do mentally, nutritionally, physically to prevent and possibly reverse disease. I acknowledge that only a medical doctor has the right to diagnose and treat diseases. But we also acknowledge the fact that every human being has a responsibility to do all that is within his or her power, mentally, nutritionally, spiritually, and physically, to prevent and possibly reverse any pain, loss of energy, or disease or suffering that he may have in his or her body. So because of the nature of the discoveries revealed in this information, anyone who uses any of the information that it contains must do so on his own as a result of his own free will. Your own free will. If you do use the information contained on this radio show that I shared with you in any form or fashion, herein, without the approval of a health professional, you are prescribing for yourself, and you have that divine right to do so. This is your constitutional right. But the host of this show assumes no responsibility for your choices. I say that you remember what Dr. Benjamin Rush, Surgeon General George Washington Army said. The sign of the Declaration of Independence state. Unless we put medical freedom into the Constitution, the time will come when medicine will organize into an undercover dictatorship to restrict the art of healing to one class of men, conventional orthodox treatment, and deny equal privilege to others. We're seeing that play out right now around the world. All such laws are un-American and despotic and have no place in the republic. There's a whole lot going on that has no place in the republic. The Constitution of the Republic should make special provisions for medical freedom as well as religious freedom. I say to you, take control of your health, take control of your life, take control of your thoughts, and do not give your power to anyone else. No one should have power over you and the way you think. That's why I love what Bruce Lipton says when he says is mind over genes, epigenetics. We're going to spend a lot of time this year talking about epigenetics and breaking things out for you so you know the power that you have and how your thoughts really control what's going on in your body and in your life. I want to say this too. You know, my life has had a game played on it for a long time because I was given the title of doctor from the International Academy of Lithology by Dr. Samuel C. West, the founder. I am a lithologist. I teach cellular ecology. Before he made this transition many years ago, he followed my work and he gave me that title. But somebody decided they want to play with my life with that title. But I was just thinking about Jill Body. She never said that she was a medical doctor, but because she used doctor and she earned the title of doctor, everybody wanted to tell her that she need to drop doctor. But the men can have that privilege. No matter what they have their doctors in, they can have it. But they always want a woman to drop something. Say something like that. I'm glad she stood up for herself the same way that I have stood up for myself. I was given that title, not through the system of medicine, but through another system. But I don't mind dropping it. Same way I got the title of Reverend through a system, but not going through a 4-year college of doctrination. But I have that title legally. If I want to marry people, I want to baptize your children, I can do all those things. But what I want to do is assist you with becoming your own wellness doctor, taking care of yourself. And the only way that you can do that is to take time to tune into yourself, to pay attention to what you're doing to your body, what's leading you to do certain things, what's making you eat a certain way, think a certain way, do things physically, do things mentally, spiritually. You have to be able to look at yourself and know what is best for yourself. And don't let nobody else tell you anything different. I'm the doctor. I'm the reverend. I'm the teacher. I'm this. You are that for yourself. And no one can do it better than you can do it for yourself when you honest with yourself. Karen Khadijah Abdul Malik Davis-Foulks gives her power to no one, to nobody. And I haven't done that in the past 20 years. Give my power to anyone, no matter what they put in my face, no matter what they did to me, no matter how they tried to hide what I do, no matter how they try to keep me from making money. That is not how I survive in this world. It's through my states of consciousness. And the same thing can happen to you. Don't give power to people like that over your life to put roadblocks up, because the only person that can put a roadblock up in your life is you. By what you accept, by what you think. That's being demonstrated right here in the United States right now. People are all in an uproar over a lot of stuff when they really should be sitting back and relaxing, making a better world, a better place for everyone. So take your deep breaths, sit back and relax. As always, I do my signature poem, the first show of the year. Then we're going to listen to some commercials, go into the video that I talked about from Reverend Ike, and we're going to listen to that song War after that, and I'm going to come back. But in the meantime, I say step up now, because now I'm telling you, it's the time that you have to step up. I wanted to write a poem about stepping up out of the dark ages of healthcare. But my mind could not think how to let the words rhyme or the lyrics flow. The human body fluids needs to move like the oceans of the world. Fluidity, flowing, free of stagnation, blockages, and lack of quality oxygen. The human mind needs to reach its greatest heights and think like an eagle and realize the dream. I wanted to write a poem about stepping up out of the dark ages of disease care. Or really is it just health care and disease care? Nevertheless, I say, wake up, everybody. Time to think a new way. See, the doctors even got to wake up. Allopathic and alternative too. I say, wake up. It's time to practice a new way. You got to give the power to the people. They have to become their own wellness doctor. You see, the human body needs to be nourished from the greenness of the land. You got to be careful. But go live, go green. Get healthy, and get lean. I wanted to write a poem about stepping up out of the dark ages of healthcare. But my mind think how to let the words rhyme or the lyrics flow. The Pastorian in Darwin's age has now seen its last days. Step up to the future and fly like an eagle as you reach a greater level of wellness today. So come join me on this freedom train as we go for a Harriet Tubman's ride, a ride to freedom from pharmacide, nutricide, and all the other sides. And yes, oh yes, oh yes, the sad standard American diet. Come ride with me right here on the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show as you set your mind free. So shh now, calm your mind down. Take a deep breath and listen here as I whisper in your ear universal truths that you will hold so dear. Because the secrets of healthcare are now being revealed about cellular ecology, epigenetics, and the new paradigm, informational healthcare. Step dark ages of disease care and leap into the new revolution of quantum self-health care. I'm Dr. Karen Khadijah Abdul Malik Davis-Foulks. Come ride with me as we get on board this train of healthcare freedom. You don't need a ticket. Call your friends, family, write about it. There's a train ride that you can come aboard. You don't need a ticket. You just get on board and let your freedom ring. Let your freedom ring. Let freedom ring from the truth that's been twisted with a lie to keep you on that unrighteous train ride. So I implore you to find and take back your righteous thinking. Conscious living through living consciously is the key. I wanted to write a poem about stepping up out of the dark ages of healthcare, of disease care, but mine couldn't think how to let the words rhyme or the lyrics flow. So I put the words in a little book and I called it Step Up Out of the Dark Ages of Healthcare. You can get your copy by connecting with me. Transform your life, family, community, and friends. Transform your life and health. And you do this not by force and change, but by the renewing of your mind. If it takes you away from yourself, from your self-love, from your self-care, from your self-acknowledgement, knowing your self-worth. Don't give your power to no one. No one is greater over you, over your body than you when you're honest with yourself and truthful with yourself. You can correct or change any cellular malfunction that you will have, and you will have them. And from my perspective, there is never, ever a time that you need to take pharmaceuticals, poison. It's in the dose. All of it is poison. And as you keep taking those drugs, and year after year, day after day, month after month, it builds up poison in your own body. You begin to poison yourself and cause your organs to have issues and problems that they would name what something is saying that you have no control over. You created it. You have control over it, and you can shift it anytime. I'm a living example, and there are many other people that are living examples. They have pulled themselves through once they gave up on pharmaceuticals and listening to the doctors, didn't decide to remove an organ unnecessarily because it was flooded. And that's why we teach the science of lymphology here, the guardian angel of the immune system. That system must be functioning to keep the body purified and healthy, every organ, every cell, and every tissue. And that's why today you hear more and more of your medical community talking about inflammation, like with that COVID-19 shot they're giving out to people. Inflammation right away. Think about what you're doing. It's time to make conscious self-health care decisions for yourself. And you do that by stepping up out of the dark ages of healthcare and not giving your power over to one person. Or when they pull out a whole group of doctors, we got them all here for you at the table. Everybody that you're going to need to work with. And we're going to help you, but we're going to also tell you that you can change diet a little bit and do a little bit of exercising, but you still need to have this surgery, or you still need to take this medication, or you need to go down this path. No, you don't. No, you don't. The name of the diseases means nothing anymore. What's important is your state of consciousness. And that is what I am going to help you with through health education for longevity and peace, the arc of self-healing and self-help. That's my ministry, putting everything back in your hands, empowering you to be the best doctor that you can be for your own wellness and your own states of consciousness. Take a deep breath, sit back. Going to listen to my commercials. You know I offer that special $150 for the net scan. I'll ship you the scanning device for free. You really want to step up to quantum health and healing with the Nest Wellness System and see what your human body field has to say to you about what's going on with your states of consciousness. So sit back, listen to the commercials, listen to the talk from Reverend Ike, our first song, War, and I should be able to come back in and close out the show with that song that we want to honor Dr. Martin Luther King with. We choose love.
Let's help one another. All of my sisters and brothers.
Are you at your wit's end because there seems to be no solution to your healthcare problem? Is it okay for me to say to you that you can have peace of mind? Take back control of your health. Are you experiencing anxiety, arthritis, diabetes, cancer, fibromyalgia, high blood pressure, lupus, chronic fatigue syndrome, any fictitious disease? Whatever your symptoms or diagnoses are, there is a conscious solution to transform the cause of your pain, not treat symptoms or mask it. No prescription medication, no over-the-counter drugs, no organs removed are required. Take back control of your health by the renewing of your mind. You can create wellness today. Contact Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, www.celllife.com. Do you feel lost? Do you feel out of sync? Could it be that you are experiencing electromagnetic sensitivity? Yes, electromagnetic sensitivity. Could man-made frequencies interfere with cellular activity and melatonin production? We are beings of frequency, light, and information, and you are your own experience. Do not conform any longer to the patterns of man-made mindset of human consciousness. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Schedule your Nest Provision Human Body Field Scan with Dr. K. 202-248-7749. Visit the website forcelllife.com. The number 4 CELLLIFE.com. Have the courage to expand your horizon and reprogram your cellular activities. Call Dr. K for your 15-minute wellness consultation. 202-248-7749. Is it time for a new approach to your health care? Are you ready to leave the dark ages of disease care management and pharmaceuticals? If your answer is yes, get ready to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your personal healthcare prescription plan with Dr. K. She is a certified lenthologist and Nest healthcare provider, sharing the new science of information as medicine and cellular ecology. Did you know that the field of epigenetics states that you are more than just your genes, and those genes do not control your biology? Yes, that's correct. Schedule a Skype, phone, or office visit with Dr. K and get on board the friendship train to healthcare freedom. 202-248-7749. That's 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, forcelllife.com. The number 4, the words cell, CELLLIFE.com.
And so, as I get ready to wrap this up, let me ask you another question. Ask it in the quietness of your own mind, and answer it in the quietness of your own mind. How do you see yourself?
8.
How do you feel about yourself? Never go to sleep at night unless you're sure that you do some mental practice to ascertain that you feel right about yourself. Before you go to sleep, and this is the way I pray, you see. When you pray correctly, it means to invoke. We call it invocation. It means to invoke the feeling of that good which you desire within your own mind. Before you go to sleep, invoke the feeling of health. Ask yourself, how do I feel about my health? And simply say to yourself, I feel healthy. Even if you have a terrific headache, leave that conscious area of mind and go to the transliminal area of mind, to that place where God dwells in you, because at that place there is no sickness. You see, there is a place in your mind, there is a place in your being where you are all right. And this is the mystic meaning of one of the old black spirituals. Everything is all right in my Father's house. But this Father's house is a place in you. It's not just simply a place in the sky by and by. The Father's house is in you, and you can go to that place in your mind. And each evening, before you go to sleep, be sure that you ask yourself, how do I feel about myself? And invoke a healthy feeling about yourself. And say to yourself, I feel healthy. I feel happy. Think about the happy moments that you've had. I feel loving and beloved. Think of the people with whom you have a loving experience. Say to yourself, I feel successful and prosperous. There's a gentleman by the name of Clement Stone who's a multi-millionaire. He is president and founder of large insurance companies. And he does a very seemingly silly little thing every day and has all of his sales staff to do it with him. In his sales seminars and motivation seminars, he has people to say, I feel great. I feel terrific. And as a matter of fact, grown man that he is, multimillionaire, with all of the educated and sophisticated people in his organization, When he goes to a motivation meeting, he has them all to sing that little Sunday school song, I feel the joy, joy, joy down in my heart. Why? The secret is this. A happy person must be successful. A happy person will be healthy. And here again we have the counterpart of the meaning in the Bible. What does it say? The joy of the Lord is your strength. Say that scripture with me. Come on. The joy of the Lord is your strength. And again, another psychological interpretation from the Bible. And by the way, now I interpret the Bible psychologically more than I do theologically. The Israelites were told, let not the sun go down on your wrath. This means that you should never fall asleep in an angry state of mind. You should never fall asleep with unforgiveness in your heart. You should never fall asleep feeling discouraged. I preached a sermon at the church in New York a few months ago, and I told the people this. I said, when you sleep on two beds. You don't sleep on one bed. You sleep on that physical bed that you lie down on. And you also sleep on a mental bed, a psychological bed. And before you go to sleep, you should prepare your psychological bed. You should prepare your emotional bed. Because you see, while you are sleeping, the feelings, the thoughts, the moods and attitudes which are impressed upon your subconscious mind are free in the universal subconscious to go out and to contact all of those people that match your moods. Go to sleep angry, you are asking to meet people the next day that are going to try to do you a dirty deal. Because all of that anger is loose in the universal subconscious and will draw to you that which is like unto your thoughts, moods, and attitudes. So clear your mind, feel right with yourself, be right with yourself before you fall asleep. The next little technique that I'm going to give you is a technique for waking up in the morning. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I do is push myself up in bed and I begin to speak my word to bless the day ahead of me. And I like that old song. This is the day which the Lord hath made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Forgive me if I begin to preach. I am a preacher, you know. So say with me this beautiful psalm. This is the day which the Lord hath made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And say beautiful things. I feel strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Because the Bible does say, my word that goes forth out of my mouth shall not return unto me void, but it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I send it. And this is not a big God in the sky that's speaking, you know. God speaks through you. God speaks in you. The words that go forth out of your mouth will not return unto you void. Let me take a moment more of your time to give you an example of this. I was walking down the streets of Miami one Sunday morning, hoping no one would recognize me. But a young man came up beside me and he was looking in his hand and looking at me. So finally he said, excuse me, sir, are you Reverend Ike? I said, yes. He said, Reverend, everything that I have tried does not work. I got in a lot of debt, he said, in New York, and I tried to work my way out of debt, but I couldn't. I just could not succeed no matter what I tried. And I came to Miami to try to work and to become successful and to pay off my debts. But Reverend, no matter what I do, I can't succeed. Why? I looked at him and I said, son, you just told the reason yourself. You just answered your own question. You said, I can't. And it is a good thing to watch your words. Never say anything that you don't want to experience. Like, for example, I've taught people how to have a good relationship with money. Last Friday night at the church in New York, I spoke from the subject, the romance of money. Because, you know, money has ears. I found out some things about money that most people don't know. And I'll tell you something else I found out about money. Money is a woman. Not only is money a woman, money is a high-class lady. And if you say dirty things about her, she will not have anything to do with you. This is why I teach people never say, I can't hold money. Money hears that, you see, because again, money is a subconscious vibration. When you say, I can't hold money, that's a signal to money. I'm going to stay away from him, I heard. And then if for some reason or the other you have a religious belief that money is dirty, money is filthy, that money is evil, money stays away from you because money is insulted about what you think about her. The other day, my editorial department sent me a very choice quotation, an old Irish proverb, which says thus: money hath sworn an oath that nobody who did not love her would ever have her. So be careful what you say. The words that go forth out of your mouth affect your circumstances and your conditions. Now, I must rush along and come to a close here. For a moment, I want to mention self-motivation. Now, what does self-motivation mean? Self-motivation means self-moving. Say that with me, self-moving. Come on, self-move. Make some kind of a moving movement so that you feel it. Come on, self-moving. And the person who is self-motivated is a self-mover. And by the way, I'm going to use, as I wind this up, one of the techniques of affirmation that I use in all of my speeches, the technique of affirmation. Will you feel and will you say with me, I am a self-mover? Come on. I am a self-mover. And you see, this is the way you should think, and this is the way you should live. You should approach life. You should approach the goals, the good which you desire to accomplish, like you have, quote, a tiger in your tank, unquote, and become a self-mover. I think it was Henry Wadsworth Longfellow in the Psalm of Life who says, be not like dumb-driven cattle. And you see, if we do not learn how to move ourselves, then others will control us. But if you learn how to move yourself, then nobody else will get a chance to control you. Self-mastery has to do with a person understanding that the Almighty Infinite God has given it to him to be master of his own fate and captain of his own soul. And when you become your own master, then no one else can enslave you. In the one God, everyone is God of his own experience. But you must believe in that power of God, that power of good, which resides within you. And when you believe in yourself positively and correctly, believe that you can talk, and do, can do, and then you'll be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have what you want to have. Thank you very much.
Get ready. Take those deep breaths. Crank it up. Step it up.
Might as well put your hands together.
Come on there. Get your top.
Put them together. Come on. Put them together. I got joy in my soul. God is in control. I got Satan on my trail, but I'm singing all is well. He's attacking every day, but I'm watching while I pray. No matter the attack, I won't turn back. 'Cause this means war.
That's right.
This means
war. Yeah.
This means war.
It's on.
Means war. Put them together. I got joy in my soul. God is in control. I got Satan on my trail, And I'm watching while I pray. No matter the attack, I won't turn back. 'Cause this means war. This means war.
Virgin.
This means war. This means war.
That's power.
I plead the blood. I plead the blood. There's power in the blood. I plead the blood. Healing in the blood. I plead the blood. Power in the blood. I plead the blood. I've been in the storm and the rain, but the blood still stays the same. Whatever's going wrong, my war clothes are on. I might be in a daze, but you can't have my praise. No matter the attack, I won't turn back. 'Cause this means war.
I trust myself.
This means
Honor myself.
This means war.
Self care.
This means war.
Self love.
I plead the blood. I plead the blood. There's power in the blood. I plead the blood. Healing in the blood. I plead the blood. Power in the blood. I plead the blood. You can't have my family. You can't have my increase. You can't have my breakthrough. You can't have my, you can't have my, you can't, I plead. I plead the blood. There's power in the blood. I plead the blood. It's a prayer of protection. I plead the blood. It's a prayer of provision. I plead the blood. This means war.
With the sense you rise.
This means war.
What's your state of
Changes
mind?
things. This means war. You can't take this lying down. This means war. Say this means war. This means war. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Come on, put your hands together. Say, you can't have my family. Say, you can't have my increase. Breakthrough. You can't have my breakthrough. You say, you can't have my, you can't have my, you can't, I plead. I plead the blood. There's power in the blood. I plead the blood. Healing in the blood. I plead the blood. Deliverance in the blood. I plead. Here's what you gotta say. This means war. Whenever the enemy's attacking in your life, you gotta say, this means war. You can't be breaking down and falling out. This means war. You're gonna break out your prayer, break out your word. This means war. You're gonna break out some praise. This means war. Last time. This means war. Somebody clap your hands. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. With the ascension you rise. Family,
That's all you got. That's all you got. That's all you got.
Breathe deep. Step back and relax. There's power in the breath. There's power in the red bloodstream and the white bloodstream and the lymphatic system. You gotta deep breathe so it works at its best. Taking those deep breaths and helping the lymphatic system do its job to purify that blood. I want to thank you for tuning in to the first show of this year, the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show. Your opportunity to be your own wellness doctor starts now. Starting 2021, the year to make conscious self-healthcare moves. Mental observation view is essential for your success. Like Reverend Ike said, self-motivation is a self-motivator. Self-motivation. You got to have it for yourself. What is more liberating than blood tests? The human body field scan. What's above the genes? Epigenetics. Your state of consciousness. Don't be a victim to anyone's game. No more. Take your power back and hold on to it. Step up out of the dark age of disease care. I am standing with everyone making the right choice. Personal health care freedom. You can learn more by visiting my websites. Just look me up. Karen Davis-Foulks. Foulks. And know that April is Conscious Self Health Care and Lymphatic Cellular Wellness Month. We'll be celebrating the 11th year of honoring that, as the April 30th is Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day. You got a wellness story to share? Give me a call. Come on the show and join with me. Thank you for tuning in. Take your deep breaths. Love, Mr. Powell.
Because every time I see it, I know that it does something to their faces and their personalities. And I say to myself that hate is too great a burden to bear. I have decided to love.
The greatest power above all resides inside each being, great or small. Let it lead the way. It dwells in each and every heart. Ability bring light to the dark. Let it have its day. Far too much hate I have seen on the faces. They need to be free from their pain. Too great a burden to bear. I'm aware of the power about shame. If I choose love,
I say I know that love is the principal thing in the universe.
I'll choose
I want to know that the center of life stands love and that it is the most beautiful.
I'll choose love
in the world.
I'll choose love. The door to which it holds the key. Behind you'll find the meaning of reality. Walk on through and see. The power lies in each and every hand. Understand and feel creation's master plan. How it's meant to be. I've made some mistakes, but I'll take a new path when I travel this road. And I vow not to forsake it. I'll take it no matter the places I go. I'll choose love.
We must evolve for all human conflict.
I'll choose love.
A method which rejects as retaliation. The foundation of such a method is love.
Choose love.
Seeking the highest good, I think you can find it through love. Beautiful thing is that we are nothing wrong when we do it, because John was right, God is love. He who hates does not know God. He who loves has the key, unlocks the door to the meaning of ultimate reality. Now we got to get this thing right. What is needed is a realization that power without love is reckless and abusive, and that love without power is sentimental and anemic. Power at its best is love.
The door to which it holds the key. Behind you'll find the meaning of reality. Wake up. Yeah.
Wow, family, that was a great show. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in to the Conscious Self-Health Care Conversation Radio Show right here on Interlight Radio. It was a pleasure having you tuning in. Now, you must tell a friend to tune in. And if you haven't called in and shared your wellness story, don't you think it's time that you help somebody with your wellness story? Call in, share your story, join the conversation. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, and I invite you to visit my website, ConsciousSelfCare.com. Or you can just go to the number 4, the word CELLLIFE.com. Leave me some information. I would love to talk with you. And once again, I look forward to you joining us next Wednesday right here on the Conscious Self-Health Care Radio Show. It's a conversation where we uplift each other, where we share our wellness stories so we can help someone move from disease care to conscious self-health care. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to hearing from you next Wednesday.
Color, everybody, we need each other. Wake up, everybody. Well, you see, we need, wake up, everybody. We need, wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking, time for thinking ahead. Wake up, all your teachers, start to teach a new way. They're the ones that suffer each and every day. Teach the children, teach the babies, teach the babies, teach the children, teach the children, teach the babies, teach the children, teach the babies. They're the ones who's coming out.